Welcome back to Wined and Dined. I'm your host, Mark DeWolf. You know, over the next couple of months, we're going to do more of these in a jiffy videos. We're going to give you some easy tips for picking a bottle of wine to go with dinner, or maybe just some tips to have a nice bottle of wine without dinner. Who cares? So if you're like me, when it comes to the fall and entertaining, I love incorporating spicy food. You know, there's something about Indian, Thai, Korean, Szechuan, and Mexican food that just kind of warms the soul. So what to drink with those styles of food? Well, I think what we have to do is not just group spicy food into one big pot. You know, there's a lot of subtle differences between different styles of dishes, you know. First things first, spice and heat are not the same. Spices are used to give fragrance and flavor, but heat, which often comes from things like chilies, does need to be treated a certain way when we're pairing wine. So when you have particularly spicy food, I tend to go for fragrant and low alcohol. You know, a wine like a off-dry Riesling from Germany is a great all-purpose wine for wines that go with really hot, spicy food. Now, there's also texture involved, right? We have spice giving fragrance, but the textures are not all the same. When I think of Vietnamese and Thai cuisine, often it's really flavorful, really fragrant, lots of like lime and mint and lemongrass, maybe a touch of sesame. All these things, cilantro, all these things giving fragrance to the dish, but not necessarily a lot of weight and texture. So when you have lighter styles of food within this vein, you know, keep the body light. So again, the Riesling works, but local Tidal Bay works. Keep it fresh, keep it light, keep it aromatic. Now, when you move into Indian cuisine, and broadly speaking, we just, as Anglophiles, we call it curry, but there's a lot of variation within Indian cuisine. But broadly speaking, there's a little more texture to it. So when we have Indian cuisine, can be spicy, can be not that spicy, but it's almost always really fragrant and flavorful. We want to move up in texture. So we want a little bit more alcohol in our wines, but retaining that aromatic. So I think of things like Gewürztraminer from Alsace, maybe Ontario, Pacific Northwest in the US. A great wine for this style is Viognier. Viognier is a grape variety originating from the Rhone Valley of France, also grown well in Australia and California. Rich, textured, lots of great kind of citrus orange peel kind of aromatics that goes well with this kind of dish. You know, even if you have like a butter chicken, you know, because some Indian dishes like korma, butter chicken, they're creamy. You know, why not a tropical California Chardonnay, which is rich and luscious? You know, you might ask, can I have red wine with spicy food? Sure, I tend to avoid the really high alcohol styles and the really tannic, bitter styles, but good fruit-forward wine styles like California Zinfandel or a simple Côte du Rhône from southern France can do really well with certain spicy dishes like a tandoori chicken. Now, if you really like hot Szechuan or, you know, Vindaloo, well, you could go for a low alcohol white wine, but another suggestion might be just go for a local craft brew, something malty, moderate alcohol. It'll be really refreshing and cool the heat. So come back in a week or two and we'll do another of these in a jiffy wine pairing tip videos.